Hey, Vivi! Vivi Sheldon turned in the direction of the voice calling her name and spotted a table full of tipsy college students. She quickly grabbed a tray from the counter and set to pouring several house draft beers. She knew if she showed up to the table with only one, she'd be turning right back around for more. Within moments, she slipped from behind the bar at Quinn's restaurant and bar and carried her tray to the table in question. Her foresight in bringing extra beers was rewarded with a hefty tip. "Thanks, Vivi, you're a mind reader," one of the guys declared as she turned away. She offered a quick grin and headed back behind the bar. She worked pickup shifts at Quinn's usually a few nights a week. She'd have preferred not to because the hectic pace would be tiring, but she always needed the money. As a single mother to her 7-year-old daughter, Juliana, she tended to barely scrape by month to month. She loved her small landscaping business, but working at Quinn's filled the gaps during slow months. If it weren't for her mother babysitting for free whenever she needed it, she didn't know what she'd do. Quinn's was packed tonight, which was its usual state. Quinn's had been a fixture in Painter, Colorado for many years. It served classic pub fare with some modern updates to the menu in terms of more creative burgers and other items. It catered to pretty much everyone, from the college students to locals and tourists who passed through town for skiing in the winter and hiking in the summer. Vivi slipped behind the bar again, which ran the full length of the back wall. She quickly wiped down a spill on the polished wooden counter, its surface worn and grooved from years of use. She moved on to serving customers who lined the bar, occasionally glancing around the room to see if any tables needed drinks. Round tables were scattered throughout the center of the large room with booths lining the walls. Pool tables and card tables were through an archway to another room. The night passed quickly. By the time Vivi walked out at midnight, she had earned enough in tips to pay her electric bill. She stepped out into the cool autumn air and took a slow breath. The streetlights lining Painter's streets were on, lighting her way home. Painter, Colorado was a small town nestled in the Rocky Mountains. Vivi didn't live far from downtown, so she usually walked to and from work. She stood on the sidewalk for a moment before she began walking, the noise from Quinn's gradually fading as she made her way toward home. She passed by mostly darkened storefronts with a few restaurants and bars still open. Painter was home to a state university and a ski resort, without which the small town would be a sleepy mountain hideaway. She'd forgotten to bring a jacket and shivered in the cooling air. Autumn in the Colorado Rocky Mountains could mean somewhat warm days and rather chilly nights, with the temperature varying from day to day until winter took hold. She heard footsteps in the distance approaching her. Her senses sharpened, and she scented the man following her. He wasn't a shifter, which was a relief because it meant if she needed to, she could easily fend him off.